welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink City Edition matte liquid lipsticks. If you do want to see a review in swatches, please keep watching. I did purchase all 10 shades in this collection. I do have 2 more shades here on my desk, which I could not hold all at once. I did want to share with you guys these lip swatches that I did purchase at Ulta. Ulta is currently having a sale on these matte liquid lipsticks currently on their website. It's buy 2 get 1 free, which I definitely think is a great deal. These do retail for $9.49 each, so let's just jump right into the lip swatches. In my previous Maybelline lip swatch video, you guys did request for me to swatch every shade in this collection, so I ended up purchasing every shade in this collection. At the time, I did not have a lot of the shades. I think I had about 9 or 10 pieces. I purchased all 10 shades in the matte SuperStay City Ink Edition, and then I also purchased the entire collection SuperStay. Those have 20 different shades. Now let's jump right into the swatches. The first shade in the collection is called Inspirer. I did swatch this shade already. I already had this shade in my collection. I love this shade, you guys. And I also do like the doe foot applicator, and I love how pigmented this formula is with one swipe. Again, this is in the shade Inspirer. So let's see what the shade does look like applied to the lips. The first shade in Inspire that I did swatch on my lips was a little bit too light for my skin complexion, but the second shade in Artist was so beautiful. I can definitely mix both of these 2 shades together. The next shade we are going to be swatching is called Selfstarter. On the bottom, you do have the name and the number of the shade. That is really pretty, you guys. Again, with one swipe, you get a lot of pigment. So let's see what the shade does look like applied to the lips. The pointed tip does really help. It does give you a guide onto where to apply the matte liquid lipstick. I love this shade. I can definitely wear this during fall, during autumn. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade, you guys. Let's move on to the next shade. The next shade in the collection is called Globetrotter. This has to be my favorite shade in this entire collection. This is such a beautiful orangey shade. It's not too bright. It is just the perfect shade. I know it looks a little bit like Selfstarter, so let's see what this looks like applied to the lips. This shade in Globetrotter is super wearable in my opinion. It's not too bright, it's not too muted. It is the perfect shade for my skin complexion. I normally gravitate towards this shade almost on a daily basis. Probably one of my most used shades in my entire collection. Let's move on to the next shade. The next shade in the collection is called Groundbreaker. Another beautiful shade. I definitely think in every collection you have to have a good red shade. Hopefully this one does look good on me. Let's see what it looks like applied to the lips. Never go wrong with a red shade, and this shade is gorgeous. The formula is going to last you the entire day. Let's move on to the next shade. The next shade in the collection is called Dancer. I do apologize. It is raining outside, so I'm sorry if you guys can hear the rain noise. I'm loving these shades so far in the City Ink Edition. Let's see what this looks like applied to my lips. This shade in Dancer is quite nice, but I do like the previous shade Groundbreaker way better than the shade in Dancer. But I do feel like it's a little bit too bright for my skin complexion, whereas this was the perfect red shade. let's move on to the next shade. The next shade in the collection is called Founder. I love this shade, you guys. This is a beautiful berry shade. It's more like a deep berry shade. It looks stunning. I actually like this shade in Founder way better in Artist because of its berry tone shade. I'm going to swatch the shade in Artist side by side with Founder so I can show you guys. So here's Founder, and then right here we have Artist. Founder, it's a little bit more berry tone. It's a little bit more deeper plum berry, whereas this one is a little bit more brighter. So I'm just going to swatch the shade in Founder on my lips so I can show you guys what it does look like. I love this shade in Founder. I normally bring out this shade after Thanksgiving going into Christmas. You can actually wear this shade any time of the year, but I normally bring it out towards the end of the year. We're going to move on to the next shade in the collection. The next shade in the collection is called Composer. You guys know I love these shades. This is another deep plum shade. I'm going to swatch this here. This shade is gorgeous. How beautiful is this shade? This shade in Composer is one of my newest shades in this collection. So let's see what this looks like applied to the lips. This shade in Composer did apply a little bit patchy on my bottom lip when I first did apply it, but I did go over it a second time and it did come out pigmented, smooth, so I'm not sure what was going on the first time when I was swatching it. The next shade in the collection is called Originator. It's another deep plum shade. It's a little bit darker than Composer. Definitely love this shade. I would definitely prefer this shade in Originator than Composer. Let's see what this shade does look like applied to my lips. I love this deep plum shade in Originator. It does complement my skin complexion, and the rain finally did stop. I know I did overline my lips. Let's move on to the last shade in this collection. The last shade in this collection is called Explorer. It's this navy blue shade. I know this shade might scare some of you guys away, but this shade I needed to try on for myself. I saw this shade online. This looks like a fun shade to wear. So of course I purchased this shade, but I think this was one of those free shades that I did purchase because like I did stay at Ulta. It's buy two get one free. So here's what that looks like. I'm hoping you guys can see it. Let's see what this looks like applied to the lips. I know this shade is not practical for everyone. What a fun shade to wear out. Like if you're wearing like a black dress, this would be that pop of color to your outfit. Overall, I really do love all 10 of these shades in this collection. I know this lighter shade I can't wear on its own, but I can mix it together with the second shade here, or maybe create like a combo or something like that. But all 10 of these shades are phenomenal. I am going to be doing a wet swatch as well since these are probably already dried down by now. Now I'm going to be doing all 10 wet swatches for you guys when you first apply the matte look lipstick and then what it looks like when it does dry down. Let's just jump right into it. Here's a close-up of what all 10 shades do look like. We're going to be doing a wet swatch of the first shade that we applied earlier in Inspirer. So I'm going to be applying that right here on the bottom. I definitely think they're pretty true shades. They're not gonna look any different when they do dry down. So that's the first shade in Inspirer. The second shade we have is in Artist. Another true to color shade. The third shade that we did swatch was Selfstarter. Again, another true to color shade. And then after that was my favorite shade in Globetrotter. This is my go-to shade. Then moving on to our red shade, we have this gorgeous shade in Groundbreaker. Right next to that we have the shade in Dancer, which wasn't my favorite shade. I prefer the shade in Groundbreaker. I have my favorite shade again in Founder. I'm not sure where I put the shade in Composer, but I am going to be swatching the shade in Originator. These are basically the same shades. They just dry down true to color when you first apply it and then when they dry down. And then of course the last shade was this gorgeous navy shade in Explorer. Again, another true to color shade when you first apply it and then when it dries down. I'm not sure where I did put the shade in Composer, but here we have all 10 shades when it's first applied and then when it dries down. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.